Here we go.
It's get it off your chest, and if there's something on your mind that you'd like to get off your chest, call us right now.
Now, myself and Adrian, that's Adrian, by the way, on the left-hand side.
Well, obviously. Ovo.
We were... Who says Ovo?
I just did.
People in their 20s. Anyway, myself and Adrian were having a chat earlier on.
Ovo.
Myself and Adrian were having a chat in the office earlier on, as we do, because
I
Adrian...
wasn't in the office.
Oh, on the phone, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
We conferenced each other.
We did, yeah. We did a C call.
And we were talking about that programme that's been on the telly for the last few years, Take Me Out. And there's an English version and there's an Irish version.
There is.
Isn't there?
Yes.
And if you haven't seen this programme, it's car crash television. It's muck. It's absolute muck. But it's basically 20 desperate slappers.
Yeah.
Caked in fake tan.
Caked in fake tan, yeah.
Wearing the short skirts and they're standing there in the studio. And the fella comes out and they go, I will go out with you because
you're gorgeous.
Your shirt is manky.
And then he does a little dance.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
And they come out with these funny I wouldn't ride you into battle. That's what they say. Yeah. I wouldn't ride you if you had pedals.
Exactly
I wouldn't suck your dick for €50. Did you ever see that episode?
No.
Because it never aired. They cut that
obviously
bit out.
Edited out, yeah.
Anyway, myself and Adrian were asking each other the question. Forget about the women or the men that appear on it, because they're just looking for their hole, aren't they?
They are.
I mean,
yeah.
What better way to get your rock and roll?
Appear in that.
But what about the women who appear on Take Me Out? We want to hear tonight from a woman or a man. Oh, we know a woman that appeared on Take Me Out.
We do.
Yes, we do.
And she appeared in our own Take Me Out.
Yeah, can we get her on? What's her name? Denise. Have you got her number? Denise, if you're listening now, can you call us in?
But she was from last year, wasn't she?
Because Adrian basically said that any woman that appears
you just said it.
No.
You did.
People get confused by the banter. Adrian said about 10 minutes ago that
I never said a word.
Any woman...
I think fair play to any woman who was on Take Me Out.
Any woman that appears on Take Me Out is a cock-sucking tramp.
I didn't say that.
You did say that, you did. A lover of cock, Adrian said. You did. So if you're a woman who's ever appeared on it, like I know a couple of girls who've appeared on it, yeah? And these girls are like good-looking girls, and I'm like, why would you demean yourself? Like, ask her Michelle out there, would she go on it?
A lot of...
ask her Michelle.
Michelle, would you go on Take Me Out? No way, is what she just said.
Now ask her why, though.
Why? It's so cringy.
It's so cringy.
Yeah.
And ask her what she thinks. Does she think that the girls who go on it are cock-loving sluts? Your words.
I'm not going to ask her that.
Go on, ask her.
No, she just said no.
She didn't say no.
No, she did, yeah.
Okay, so we want to hear from a woman, or maybe if you know somebody who's ever appeared on Take Me Out, can you please give us a call? Because Adrian believes you like the Mickey.
I never opened my mouth.
Can we go to
Let me take some calls. 6797104 is our telephone number. If there's something on your mind that you would like to get off your chest, you can do it right now.
And if you're texting, don't forget you can text 53104, but no namey on the text, no ready to text.
That's the best you can come
That
up
phrase may have been stolen from somewhere. I honestly...
Well, you just come up with that and then realise, I'm after stroking it off somebody.
Yeah.
Sorry, Paddy. FM104 was not trying to rob you.
So once again, and that person who texted in about us being vulgar, your text ain't being read because no namey on the text, no ready to text, but I do apologise for Adrian's vulgarity. I mean, in the time you were away on holidays, not once was the word cock or suck mentioned in the same sentence.
But you were the one who mentioned them.
No, I didn't. No.
Enda, you're on FM104. How are you, Enda?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
Enda, would you appear on Take Me Out?
No one would have me.
No one would have you?
No, I'm married now. I managed to sucker the one end, so I'm happy enough.
All right, so there's no point in you appearing on Take Me Out then?
There's not.
Did you say you're a happily married? Did you say you're a happily married man?
I would.
Give them a round of applause. There's not many of them knocking around.
Well done.
Not many of them knocking around.
Anyway, Enda, what's up? What do you want to get off your chest?
You were giving out about the Irish weather there.
I was at the start of the show, yeah, because I was saying I just got back from my holidays today, yeah?
Or a couple of days ago.
Yeah, at some point I came home from holidays, yeah?
Yes, obviously.
To arrive home at lunchtime today to that muck. Look at this.
No, not
state of
today.
that weather.
Well, yeah, recently.
At at the time that I came home from my holidays.
Yeah, the weather was more.
To arrive home to that shite.
Yeah, and it's still shite.
Yeah, it is,
You're
yeah.
vulgar, Adrian. You're vulgar and disgusting.
Really that bad at all. Do you remember about 2 weeks ago we had the heat?
No, because I was away.
You were away then as well.
I was away when it was sunny.
Yeah.
And then I came home and it was raining.
Yeah, it's all right now and again, but I'm a typical Irishman. I burn just like that, so... I go
So you don't like the sun, do you not?
No, I go away every 2 years, like to Greece or to Spain, and I end up spending the couple of weeks hiding away from the sun. It's great to look out on, but being in it, it just drains you and it burns you, and...
Yeah, you see, I'm a bit like that myself. Are you a real typical Irish person? Do you go around with socks and sandals?
Oh, God, no. I
Oh,
go
that's all right.
with my... what do you call them now? My Crocs.
You go around with Crocs on?
Around with my Crocs on.
I think they're called Crocs.
Yeah, cracks, completely different thing there.
It is.
Completely different thing.
So you're one of those Irish people that goes away to the sun and spends your whole 2 weeks in the sun avoiding the sun?
Fairly much. I go away to see the country, not to go and get burnt.
Yeah, and now I'm kind of a bit like that myself. I can't sit in the sun for too long, yeah? But a bit of sun puts you in a good mood. And
It does, yeah.
While I was away at that point when I was on my holidays,
Yeah.
and you're ringing people.
Seems
at
so long ago now.
Yeah, I know it does.
Yeah.
And you're ringing people at home and they say, "Oh, the weather here, 23 degrees, beautiful, sun splitting the stones." And I think to myself, my holiday's nearly over, but it's not too bad because I'm going home to lovely weather.
Yeah.
And then I come home to that shite.
Yeah. But at least you're married, Enda. That's what makes stuff.
What's that got to do with anything?
Every cloud is a silver lining.
I have to go out and actually work. I'm not sitting in the office all day, and
And what do you do for a living, Enda?
I'm a barman.
You're a barman.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a barman on the show a couple of weeks ago that caused bloody blue murder because he said he wouldn't serve a pregnant woman a drink.
He did say that.
You weren't here. So
I know. I wrote it down.
Well, it's not his decision now.
I know there was war over. Anyway, thanks, Enda.
All right, thank you.
Thanks,
you.
Enda.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I was going to say something, and it's after eluding me.
It's after slipping your mind.
Yeah.
Stop clicking your fingers. It's so rude.
Yeah, we're still looking for a woman who's appeared on Take Me Out.
Nobody's going to admit that.
See, that's the shame.
Yeah, you see, they appear on the show, yeah.
Yes.
Everyone they know slags them over it. They
Yeah.
get their 15 seconds of fame or whatever it is, and then nobody wants to...
No, as I said, I have a mate who appeared on it. He
A mate?
plays for Dublin, actually.
Really?
Can't say his name for legal reasons.
But he play... hang on, let's just go through the team here.
You just happen to have the team sheet for Dublin.
Yeah,
there.
I do. Look, here we go. Go on.
But he appeared on it. I think the men can get away with appearing on it.
What, walking out on stage acting a tosser, doing a stupid dance and all that?
He kicked a few 45s on the stage and stuff
Yeah.
like that. He was grand. But women, they just come across as
I think lads do as well.
Adrian said, cocksucking, desperate.
I never
whores.
said that.
That's what you said.
Didn't say
You
that.
did, you
Gene, you're on FM104. How are you, Gene? Hello, Gene? No, Jean's not there. Okay, we get her back in a second.
Because I was going to tell her to cheer up.
Why? Because you're a bit sleepy?
Is that the word in that song? Oh, I've been saying the wrong lyrics now for years.
What have you been saying?
I always thought the words were cheer up, sweet Bajeen. I always wondered what was Bajeen.
Really?
Yeah, cheer up, sweet Bajeen.
Cheer up, sweet Jean.
And you're telling me it's Sleepy Jean?
But I always thought it was Sleepy Jean. Which one of us is right?
I don't know. Does anybody know? If anybody knows, you know this song. What's it called?
That's it, yeah. Go on, keep going, yeah.
Yeah, Daydream Believer.
Yeah.
Have a listen to it. And for years I've been singing Cheer Up, Sweepy Jean. And
I think it's Cheer Up, Sleepy Jean.
Oh, we can't even play it. If anybody knows the lyrics to that, can they let us know, please? Thanks very much. Because we need to know. What are you saying it is?
Cheer Up, Sleepy Jean, I think.
7A.
Here we go.
Oh,
What
we
number
go.
is this, Chip?
7A.
Okay, no, I mean, like, don't get excited, man. It's because I'm short, I know. Oh, I could hide neath the wings of the bluebird as she sings.
Here, fast forward.
Yeah,
There we go.
seriously.
But it
hang on.
my
Here we go.
razor's cold and it stings.
Cheer up, Sleepy Jean.
No. I think
It is.
It's
Cheer
not
up, Sleepy Jean.
No, why would you be asking
Because
somebody?
she's knackered. Poor girl is in bits, yeah?
Yeah.
And she was out on the lock the night before,
You
yeah?
know nothing about Jean.
I know all about Jean was out on the piss, yeah?
Yeah.
Next morning he knocks on her door. She opens the door with a big hangover.
Yes.
And he says, for God's sake.
Cheer up, Sleepy Jean.
No, it's Sweet Jean.
It's not Sweet Jean. That's what makes no sense.
Either does the other one, Sleepy Jean.
Because she's knackered.
Oh, here, ring Gaz there, ring Gaz.
Cheer up, Sweet Jean.
If anybody knows, is it Sleepy Jean or Sweet Jean?
Who cares anyway? Who cares?
These are the things that keep me awake at night. Hang on, we need to make a call, so bear with us there for 1 second.
Dialed
No,
cannot be reached.
cannot be reached at the
You and your
moment.
fat fingers.
Do you want me to try it again?
No, Gaz, we'll bring you back in a second. No, go to Stephen.
Wait. You accuse me of having fat fingers. I lost weight with my fat fingers. No, we're sorry. Look, we're
No,
sorry.
Gaz, when you turn your phone on, you muppet.
Later.
There you go. Now, Stephen, you're on FM104. How are you, Stephen?
Not in too good a form, boys. The man at the tell you why. I need to get my hands on a needle and thread somewhere big time.
You need to get your hands on a needle and thread at this hour of the night.
Busting the ass, clearing me threads here in Dublin City Centre, and I'm out all night.
Oh, that's a bit messy. So you're after bursting your trousers.
Adrian.
Yeah.
Let's be mature about this.
Yeah, I am being. Sweet Jane. You burst your trousers.
Yep.
You're just on a little stopover in Dublin.
No, I'm actually down working tonight.
Oh, you're here for the night.
Yes.
And you're working.
Working.
And you need a pair of trousers, basically.
I need a pair of trousers or needle and thread.
Okay, well, what part of Dublin are you in?
I'm right beside you here now at the minute.
Well, I haven't here. I'll give you my trousers. Only they're €450 Rockin' Republic jeans.
I think I'm passing out at the minute.
And nobody's getting these designer jeans. These are.
I know. I saw the fakes when I was on holidays. They're really good. They're great copies. Yeah.
These. Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah. Hello.
Jeremy Dixon doesn't wear fake.
Fake what?
Anything.
Anyway,
these are Rack and Republic jeans.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Original Rack and Republic jeans.
That's my point.
A
Where's this man going to get a pair of jeans?
pair of trousers or needle and thread.
If somebody said Dunn's and Cornell's Court is open till
Here,
midnight, I don't think they are.
Sorry, stop reading a text with no names in them. No namey on the text, no ready the text. That's the law.
Oh, that's the law. Okay, right. Steve, I don't know.
How bad is the split in the trousers?
It's bad.
And what part is it on?
Yeah, right in the crack of it.
Oh, lovely. That's not good now.
No, not good at all. Not good at all. I'm running about here with my jacket tied around my bloody waist at the minute, and it's bloody stupid looking.
Anybody know where Stephen can get a pair of trousers now, this hour of the night?
Open now, and I'll go straight away and get a pair of black trousers.
Here, I've got Stephen. I'm a genius. I have the answer. Okay.
Where is it?
Here's what you do. You go to one of those, you know those places, those recycle places where people throw their clothes in.
Well, just go and rob a pair of that.
Yeah. No, listen to me. You go to one of those places, yeah?
Yep.
You find somebody really small that you can lower into the thing head first.
Where are you going to find somebody that small?
You'll always find a small person. So you lower the small person into the recycle thing and get them to drag you a pair of trousers.
And he's going to find, coincidentally, a pair of trousers that fits him perfectly in that recycle bin.
What waist are you, Stephen?
32.
32?
Yep.
I was about to say Adrian's trousers would fit you, but Jesus, you get 6 legs into one
What?
of Adrian's pair of trousers.
Ah, stop. Stephen, apparently Dunn's and Cornell's Court is open until midnight, says Dave in Cabinteely.
Yeah, he put his name in it.
And somebody else.
No, somebody else. If they didn't put their name in it, we don't
What?
read their text.
Tesco and Clare Hall is open 24 hours, says Darren.
Tesco's doesn't sell trousers.
They do in the big Clare Hall one, they do.
Is that Clare Hall one open? I'm have to come past it about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, you see, I didn't think it was open either, but...
I always thought it was just the filling stations open 24 hours, not the Tesco's part.
I give up. I haven't a clue.
The only trousers you're going to get in Tesco's or Dunn's at this hour night are the, you know the trousers.
It's better than a hole in his trousers.
You know the trousers you used to wear to school, Stephen, with the police going down the front of them. You know those grey trousers.
No, I don't care. I'd buy anything as long as I got trousers with my asses covered.
And there's a big hole in your bottom.
That's an awful question to ask a bloke.
That didn't sound very good.
Here's I've nothing to get off my chest.
Hello?
As well.
Hang on. Yeah, obviously, yeah. I think we have the answer.
Right, go ahead.
I think we have the answer.
We have the answer. We're okay. Here we go. Mark.
Hello?
Margaret, Adrian.
Oh, Margaret. Sorry, Margaret. How are you?
All right.
Oh, good, Margaret. Great.
Why did you tone your voice so
Now,
strange,
Margaret,
Adrian?
where can this man get a pair of trousers?
It's for gun stores and corner stores open till 12 o'clock.
It is open till 12, is it? Defo.
Yeah, it definitely is. Check it up.
Right, I'm heading there now, right this minute, please. So
Right, and you get a lovely pair of black threads out in Cornell's Court.
No, they get a pair of trousers, don't care what, they're black or whatever colour. It's
Now, are you sure you're not Margaret, sending this man on a wild turkey chase?
Just ring down to yourself and corner store to make sure, but I know...
It's going to put me like an hour out of my way here to go this and back in again, like.
Just check yourselves, like, you know. Just ring...
No bar,
But as far as you know, Duns and Cornell's Court is open till 12.
Yeah, you know, I mean, but just check it, but, like, I know it's open.
I know, but you don't want to send him on a wild turkey chase.
They're open from 7 o'clock in the morning till midnight.
Till midnight. All right, thanks, Margaret.
Okay, bye-bye.
Margaret, thank
Hey,
you.
Margaret, how do you know that stuff, by the way?
I shop in corner store.
I can't hear you, Margaret.
I shop in Dunn stores and corner
She
stores.
shops in Duns and Cornell's
Would
Court.
you ever appear on the TV programme Take Me Out, Margaret?
No,
No. Why not?
I just wouldn't.
No, you want to be desperate.
Yeah.
Thanks, Margaret.
Okay, bye.
Margaret's not desperate. Do you know what I mean? So
Are you desperate, Margaret?
She's gone.
No, she's not desperate.
No, thanks very much.
All right, thanks,
See,
Steve.
you know, Steve, what we do is because the listening audience are going to want to know how you get on. with
No,
your trousers.
nobody gives a rat's arse.
Ah, they do,
Seriously.
they do.
Nobody cares.
People want to know. So when you get to
Good luck.
when you get to the shop, bring us back and let us know how you get on with the trousers, okay?
Okay, lads, thanks.
Thanks, Stephen.
Okay,
Bye. I honestly don't think anybody cares whether Stephen gets trousers or
What
not.
they do, people will be hanging on their phone. You have to go to her now because she won't hold, so go on.
Okay, now Orla.
Hi.
Now Orla, take me out.
Oh, God. Listen, this is twice Take Me Out has got me. I did not ring you. I was set up by friends for you to ring me, but however, we'll have a chat.
Okay, and were you on Take Me Out?
I was, yeah.
Oh.
I was indeed.
Ugly muss.
What did you just say?
What? I didn't cough.
Now, what made you do it, Orla?
What made me do it? Well,
Desperate for Mickey.
Stop
Yeah,
it.
I wish.
Stop
I've
it.
seen more somewhere else, like, trust me. But at the end of the day, no, I kind of was always going, oh, I'd like to do it, but then I didn't, and the girls kind of just filled out my application form and sent it in, and I went along to the audition, didn't think I'd get any further,
Yeah.
but I did, and...
So you have to audition to be desperate?
Yeah. Well, no,
Adrian.
Well, no, I'm serious. Like, surely the fact that you want to take part in the show is enough.
But, like, it's not desperation. Like, that's only for people who take it serious. It's a bit of a laugh. You go up there and you have the crack at Ray, and then that's it, like... Do you know
And
what I mean?
did-
It's not marriage, lads. It's only one night, like.
How many episodes were you on?
I think I was nearly all of them right up until the end, then I bowed out.
Oh, really? You didn't get nobody interested in you?
Oh, I can't say. I'm not allowed to say that now. You'll just have to watch
Well,
it.
did you get taken out?
I might have. I probably did, yeah.
You might have. You
What do you
probably
mean you
did.
probably did? Did
Now,
you,
come here. Sorry, the Irish version compared to the English version.
which
yeah?
version was she on?
Obviously, the Irish one, I assume.
yeah. The Irish one.
Now, on the English one, when you win, when you get chosen, you go off on a fancy date, you go to a lovely restaurant and blah, blah, blah. In the Irish one, do you not just go to a shed? Or the back of the studio?
A lovely little pub called Shifters. It's really nice, like.
Yeah, it's at the
Shifters.
back of the stage.
Oh, yeah, but it's sure it's grand, like.
Do you know this? They
No,
get sent to the back, a little table in front of them, given a drink and say, go on, hit
Is
it
that
off
program
there.
still being even shown on the telly? Who
It
knows?
is,
Who
yeah.
knows?
Take me out.
Reruns of it, yeah.
And when is your episode going to be on, Orla?
We're on in September.
Oh, not till September.
And did you
Yeah.
feel? I have to ask. And this is an honest question, okay? Man to man here, Orla, okay?
She's a woman.
I'm woman, so you can't do bad.
Ah, but the jury's out. Man to man, did you feel demeaned and degraded?
Absolutely not. Because the way I look at it is you go out there for the laugh and for the crack, and the bunch of girls you meet are so funny, and like you meet so many new friends. You don't feel, only if you take it seriously, you're going to feel demeaned than everything.
Well, I
else.
don't know if you were listening to the show earlier. Adrian said women that go in and are desperate for Mickey.
I didn't say that.
You did. How do you respond to that?
How do I respond to that? God, I don't know. Really desperate. Well, I don't know what sort of girls he hangs around with. But,
Oh, the ones that are desperate for Mickey. Isn't it?
obviously, yeah, because
is,
he hasn't hung
it is.
around with me, so I doubt I am.
Now, Martin, what's up? What do you want to get off your chest?
I've just after watching, you know the movie The Dictator?
Yeah, Sacha
Baron Cohen, or yeah. I haven't seen it yet, though. Have you seen it, Dicko?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
And?
Yeah, I thought it was okay. What about you, Martin?
I thought it was dreadful.
Oh, really?
Like, okay, it was a funny film, but it was horribly racist and sexist.
Sure, that's his thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but like, I'm only 16 and all.
You're only 16 and all.
Well, you know what I mean. I'm only 16, and I think it was like the most horrible film I've ever seen.
Well, because it was sexist and racist.
Yeah, but it was ridiculously racist.
So give me a few examples, because I haven't seen it, Sweet Eugene. What sort of things does he say in it?
Like he calls all the black people blackie.
Right.
Yeah. He says to his face, he treats everyone like shit.
No, but Martin, it's the whole thing has gone over your head then, because what he's doing is he's poking fun at people who are racist. That's what he's doing.
Doesn't seem like that for me.
No, it is. He's poking fun at the American people who, since September the 11th, tar any Middle Eastern... No, not Middle Eastern. Where are they from?
Well,
Far
yeah.
East. What
Middle
East
Eastern,
is it?
yeah. We'll go with that.
Arabs. Let's call them Arabs, okay?
Or Muslims.
No, because not all Arabs are Muslims.
Oh, well,
And
most are.
not all Muslims are Arabs. You racist bastard, Kennedy.
Just call me the dictator.
The dictator. No, just call you
And what are
dick.
you saying, that the humour went right over his head?
Yeah, I think the humour went right over your head, Martin.
Well, no, I didn't.
Well, the whole point of the movie, yeah? Hello?
Yeah.
Remember the bit where who's the Muppet in the background there?
Oh, that's David. He's in Egypt.
Yeah, he's a Muppet. You want to tell
The
him
whole
shut
point of the movie was that since September the 11th, a lot of Americans see all Arabs
Yeah.
as terrorists.
Sweet Eugene.
Sweet Eugene, yeah, and that's not the case.
What?
Like when you look at an Arab, do you think terrorist?
No.
Exactly, but some people do. Do you
Also, it's always pointing out to people that, like, that this is what the American people think.
No, what I was pointing out, and now there's lots of movies I don't get, Martin. I never got Jaws, okay?
Why? It's a shark went around bashing boats and eating people.
Remember in Jaws 1, Martin, the chief of police shot the shark.
Here, Martin wasn't even a twinkle.
He was. Martin,
I've seen the movie.
Martin, have you ever seen the movie Jaws?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what happened?
You
You know what happened at the end of Jaws? Remember the shark is coming up and the chief of police has the gun
Yeah.
and he shoots the shark and the shark explodes, yeah?
Yeah.
And you could clearly see at the end of the movie the shark being blown into bits
Yeah.
and floating down to the bottom of the ocean, yeah?
That's what happened.
Remember that bit, Martin?
Yeah.
It was a pivotal point in the
It
movie.
was. It was the key point.
In Jaws 2, the bleeding shark came back.
That was his son.
No, it wasn't him.
It was his son.
That happened to be the same size and they had the same face and the same facial features.
They all look the same.
They don't all look the same.
They do.
No two sharks look the same. Anyway, my point is, Martin...
It was Jaws back from the dead.
Can anybody explain that, by the way, how come Jaws came back in Jaws 2, 3 and 4?
Because I think it was his son and then his stepson and his
Oh, yeah, because...
his lover's son. And
yeah, sharks sleep around, don't they?
They do.
Sluts. Anyway, Martin, the whole point of that movie was that, you know, the way people in the people in the Western world, say us and Americans, yeah?
Yeah.
We're the Western world, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to explain to you the movie, okay?
Yeah.
In a simple sentence. And I'm not patronising you, okay?
well, you are a bit.
But be a good boy and just shut up and listen to me for a second, okay? Good boy. People in the Western world, the likes of America and England and Ireland, yeah?
Yeah.
We look down our noses at the Middle East and we think they're all barbarians and that they're, you know, that they chop hands off and that they've no respect for women and all that, yeah?
Yeah.
Where in reality, America and Ireland and England are just as bad as the Middle East.
Oh, I'm with you.
Do you get me?
No, I don't believe that at all.
Who was the shark in Jaws 2, Martin? Tell me the answer.
I don't know.
He's only seen Shark 1, Jaws 1.
The movie.
Tell me the answer. Why did the shark come back in Jaws 2?
It was his son. I'll go with that.
Yeah, it was.
Really?
It was his son, yeah. And he was avenging his father's murder.
And then where was the mother, Mrs. Jaws?
She's off making more little Jawses. Do you know what I mean?
I don't get it. Yeah. Are there any other movies that you never understood, Martin?
The Dictator, that's all he rang about.
I know, but
he
I'm
just rang about the Dictator.
I'm just asking him.
Can I ask David?
What?
Can I ask David?
No, David's a Muppet, no.
It's not about David.
Well.
Thanks, Martin.
Thanks, Marty.
Okay, Martin, Adrian. 6797 FM104. Let's do this for a few minutes.
Oh, sweet Eugene.
Shut up. We just want to hear from you.
Oh, that's outrageous, Hugh. Hugh texted in to say...
Yeah, because remember, if you don't put your name on the text...
Yeah, no namey, no shamey.
No namey, no ready the text, yeah.
The shark was a machine. No.
Piss off, don't be ruining my movie for me.
Hugh.
Ring Hugh.
No.
Who? Okay, we want you to call now, 6797 FM104, with movies that you just didn't understand. No, that can't happen. That can't happen. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Movies that just didn't you just didn't get. Call us in 6797 Michelle will put you straight through. Yep.
Straight through.
Straight through. Will you do that there?
Lash them straight through.
Okay, so we're looking for movies that you may have watched throughout your life and you just went...
What the hell was that all about?
What happened there?
Oh, yeah, well, I'll give you one straight off the bat, yeah? Inception. Yeah. What the hell was that movie about?
What's it called?
Inception.
Why, what was that about?
Well, I wasted 2.5 hours of my life because I got up at the end of the movie and I was none the wiser than the start of the movie. I have no idea what I sat through 2.5 hours for.
Oh, that's the one with Leonardo da Vinci in it.
DiCaprio.
DiCaprio, yeah.
I have no idea what that bloody film was about. Seriously, it went...
Really?
Right over my head.
Now, the one that I never got and I never understood, yeah? Was the one with your man and your woman in it.
Titanic. Yeah, it's the ship sank and Jack died. It's as simple as that.
No, not that one. The other one with the two in it.
Don't click your fingers at me.
What was it? With the two people.
With two people?
What's his name was in it? And what's her name was in it?
That's really helping me here.
Jim Carrey was in it.
Jim Carrey?
Remember that Eternal Spotless Mind or whatever? What was it called? Sunshine? Remember where they were going out with each other and then he went back in time or something like that?
No.
Okay, you clearly didn't get the movie either. Anyway, yes, we want to hear from you. 6797104. We're looking for movies that you went to see, but you just didn't get. Okay,
so Emma in Furhouse.
Ring Emma there because it's not a tech show.
Well, no, she just rang to say, yeah, I didn't get it either. Inception, that is. I watched the whole film, yeah.
Yeah, and
Emma, I thought I was
sorry,
with
hang on a sec. Stop the music.
What?
Emma said I couldn't fathom the movie. Fathom is spelled Fathom, by the way, Emma. Just if you're going to use big words to surprise us, you spell them wrong.
Okay, anyway, that was the one I didn't get, Inception. What movies did you just not get?
6797 FM4. Give us a buzz and we'll put you straight through. And as I said, there's another one I'm stuck on.
Yeah.
The Da Vinci Code.
Ah, no, I got that.
Oh, no, that was
yeah, you had to watch it. Well, I had to watch it twice to get it.
Yeah, I never got that one. What was that about?
It was about the Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, what was it about?
It's all about stuff. I can't remember. Ronan! Oh, no, Ronan's not there.
Because he just didn't get it. Oh, that movie is called Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
What a load of horseshit.
I know, I watched 5 minutes of it and I was like...
Why am I wasting my time?
I have no idea what this movie is about. But Jim Carrey was in it because I thought it was going to be a comedy.
And it wasn't.
And it wasn't. It was all really weird.
Yazzie and Drada texted in, yeah?
Yeah.
And Yazzie texted in to say, Snakes on a Plane, what was that about? I would have thought that's as obvious as the day is long.
I think
Snakes on a Plane
Adrian, I think he's being sarcastic.
Was about snakes on a plane.
I think he's being sarcastic.
And they run around the plane.
And because you didn't get his sarcasm, either you're being sarcastic deliberately because you didn't get his sarcasm or you're just thick as shit. He was being sarcastic. Can you go to the calls, please?
Nikki.
Hi.
How are you, Nikki?
I'm good, thanks.
Now, Nikki, what movie did you just not get?
No, I was just... Jeremy was on about a movie before, and I think it was on about The Time Traveller's Wife, and it wasn't Jim Carrey in it.
The Time Traveller's Wife? I think that's a different film, is it not?
Oh, because he was on about time travelling and all, and that was what popped into my head.
Jeremy, over to you.
I don't know. I can't. It was about a movie. Maybe it was that. It was about a movie where he fell in love with someone and then he went back in time to fall in love with her again or something like that.
What a stupid concept.
What was it called?
The Time Traveller's Wife.
Oh, is that what it's called? Oh, okay. Thanks for that. Can I ask you one more question, Nikki?
Yeah.
The Jaws and Jaws 2.
I only saw like a bit of the movie. I never even finished like Jaws 1.
Okay, well, I'm going to explain it to you, okay? I presume you studied biology in school, didn't you?
Yeah.
And you realised that once an animal dies, it can't be brought back to life.
Yeah.
At the end of Jaws 1, Jaws was shot to bits. Okay?
He was blown up.
He exploded all over the place, okay?
Yeah.
Are you with me so far?
She's with you. She's with you.
And in Jaws 2, he was back.
It's this young fella I'm trying to tell you.
Who happens to be the same size as his dad. How did that happen?
I wouldn't know.
Have you any answer for me?
No.
If that came up in the junior cert, what would
It's
you
not
answer?
going to come up in the junior cert.
I'm doing the leaving cert.
Oh, well then it won't come up in the leaving cert. So you don't,
No,
you
it
can't,
won't.
you can't explain to me how the shark came back.
No.
Thanks, Nikki.
And good luck in the leaving cert.
Thank you so
Bye bye.
much.
And good luck in your life and all that. Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, and good luck, good luck to
Good
everybody.
luck to everybody doing everything. You know, there's people doing driving tests and exams and.
Yeah, but at this moment in time,
I know there's women awaiting the pregnancy. You know, they're after peeing on the pregnancy testing kit. And
yeah, and they're nervous about it and all that.
By the way, here's something.
Junior cert and leaving cert
Yeah, I
tomorrow,
know.
the 6th of June. If
Yeah,
you're doing
okay.
it, the very best of luck to you. Okay.
And I need to know this as well. How does peeing on a piece of plastic tell you if you're pregnant or not? Can anybody answer that question?
Because the person who invented it made it do that.
How does that work?
You just pee on it.
Yeah, but how does that work? Does anybody know how that works? You know, when a woman thinks she's preggers, she buys a pregnancy testing kit and she urinates on it, doesn't she?
She does.
And it tells her, how can your pee tell you if you're pregnant or not? Does anybody know? Love to know that.
Ken, you're on FM104. How are you, Ken?
How are you doing?
Good, Ken.
Ask him about the pregnancy testing kit.
That's somebody rang in about.
I know, but ask him about it.
Oh, by the way, sorry for one sec, Ken. Ken.
No, we don't read texts out that don't have names on them.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Ken, who was the Jaws in Jaws 2?
It was the Jaws and Jaws too.
Yeah.
The shark.
Well, we know that, but how come he was blown to bits and he came back again?
Oh, it was his ma.
It was his ma.
Yeah.
Oh, right. His ma was out to get the chief of police.
Oh, they're back for revenge, yeah?
Yeah,
I know.
you scumbag, you killed my son.
That's what.
I'm going to batter you. That's
That Jim Carrey film you were talking about is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
really.
And what was it about?
It was about Jim Carrey fell in love with this girl and he wanted to try erase the memory of her from his brain.
Okay. Oh, we've all tried to do that.
We have.
We have, Jesus.
That's what whiskey's for, isn't it?
Oh, my.
And that's basically what the movie. That sounds like the worst movie in history.
It's alright. It's a watchy one, you know what I mean?
All right, good man. Thanks, Ken.
No bother.
Bye bye. 6797104 is our telephone number. If
Hang on, and I'm going to try something. Hang on, I just happen to have one here, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on. Just take it out of the packet.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm going
Sorry,
to do
hang on,
this.
there you go. Pee on that. Come on, pee on it. Sorry, Adrian's becoming the first man ever on radio to try out
Here,
to try out the home pregnancy test.
I've got bladder shyness.
Just pee on the thing. The reason I'm asking you to take the home pregnancy test, and to pee on it is because
Yeah.
there has to be an explanation for that belly. There has to be. In fact, anytime Adrian walks into Boots, he doesn't even have to open his mouth. The woman behind the counter says straight away, aisle 3, Mr. Kennedy, home pregnancy testing kit, aisle 3. We're trying to find out how.
Okay, here's the good news, though.
Yes.
I'm not pregnant.
Well, then you're just a fat bastard. I'm afraid so. Can we find out how...
Connie, how does the pregnancy testing kit work?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Basically, there is a paper insert on the inside of a pregnancy test, and there is a hormone on that. I don't know what it's called. I'm not even going to pretend I do.
Yep.
And it interacts with estrogen that is in the woman's wee from the time she conceives her baby.
Oh.
Now, there you go.
Oh.
Now you're obviously... Are you a woman? Are you a woman who's ever used this before?
Yes, I have 3 times.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And was it right on all 3 occasions?
It was right on all 3 occasions. And my daughter used it 8.5 months ago.
Oh, and was it right with her as well?
I was right on her as well.
And you about to be a granny?
I am indeed, yes.
For the first time?
For the first time.
Ah.
I can't wait.
No, don't be cheering. You had nothing to do with it, Connie.
Oh, I know.
But being a granny. And so when it...
Sorry, if I didn't make her in the first place, she wouldn't be pregnant.
Oh, that's very true. Very
No,
true.
when is she due?
She's actually due on the 19th of June, but she's not going to wait that long.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
A very impatient little girl in there waiting to come out.
I'd say it's an awful place to be hanging around.
Oh, I tell you.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations in advance,
But what you're saying is it's all... Sorry, a woman's wee basically changes when she becomes pregnant, does it?
Yes, it does.
As does her mood, as does her personality.
Stop, leave them alone.
I tell you, you women, you become witches when you're pregnant, don't you?
Yeah, well, see, without men that wouldn't happen.
Ooh.
Oh, it's all their fault, is it?
Well, it's not all their fault. It's about 50%.
Oh, it is 50% their fault, yeah.
Yeah, just about, yeah.
So what you're saying is a pregnant woman has different urine to a non-pregnant woman?
No, she has normal urine. She just has estrogen in it.
Estrogen. And do men have estrogen?
No.
No, why would we have estrogen?
They have progesterone.
I know a few men that probably have estrogen.
Yeah, that's my choice.
Adrian doesn't.
Yeah. Thanks, Connie.
Nobody, you're welcome. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Right, are you clear?
I know, it just seems so antiquated and caveman-like. That the only way in modern-day science that a woman has to know if she's pregnant is by peeing on a piece of paper.
Now, Amy.
Hello.
We were talking about movies that people don't get. What movie do you not get?
Well, The Lake House. I know Jeremy was talking about something about time travel and something like that.
Don't mind Jeremy.
Yeah, don't mind me. It's not
about him.
Here, did you ever take a home pregnancy testing kit?
I haven't, no.
And would you like to?
Not at the moment, no.
No, but would you not take one just for the crack?
Why would you do that?
I'm going to buy one when I get home and take it just for the crack.
I'd piss myself. Oh, if you found out you were pregnant.
Because you know the way, Amy, you always see it in the movies and the girl runs into the toilet with the pregnancy test and she pees on it.
Yeah, it's very attractive.
I just want to be that man for once. I want to pee on it. How come you've never had to use it?
Out? I don't know.
What if it said you were pregnant?
What if it said you're pregnant then? I don't know.
Jeremy?
It's something to do with hormones.
Anyway, so the movie you didn't get was The Lake House.
The Lake House, that was ages ago when I saw it. But
Now, who was in that? Remind me.
Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock.
Oh, and he's dead or she's dead or...
One of them's dead, and I think he buys her house like years later, and she's left him letters, but it's like 2 years apart. So things are happening like simultaneous, but they're actually living 2 years apart.
See, all that simultaneous stuff in movies now just gets to me now.
Yeah, no, that movie was very hard to follow. I remember watching it. And he'd sent her a letter and she'd get it, but it was 2 years before or 2 years after or...
Something like that, yeah. You can't even explain it, it's so confusing.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, actually.
Well, I honestly think, Amy, and call me sexist, okay?
You're sexist.
Okay. I often think, Amy, and call me sexist, I often think that when women go to the cinema, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That women should be handed a little pamphlet that explains the movie in sort of woman talk to them. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Sometimes I'll admit that I am that type of girl as well. So
because women are a bit stupid, aren't they?
We're not a bit stupid, but I think men catch on to things in movies sometimes a bit quicker than we do.
Like I remember bringing a young mare a long time ago, Amy, to see Toy Story on a date. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she just couldn't get the whole Toy Story concept. Okay. Now think of this movie.
Why? What's so complicated?
She didn't understand. Yeah. Okay, she wanted to know, she thought that Andy realised that the toys were talking.
Right.
And she was wondering why Andy wasn't freaked out by the fact that his Buzz Lightyear used to talk. And I used to explain to her, no, it's only when Andy leaves the room that the toys begin to talk, and she couldn't grasp that whole thing at all.
Really?
You do realise, Amy, that Andy didn't know the toys were talking, don't you?
Yes, yeah. No, because it was anytime he came in, they went back to being toys.
She couldn't grasp this whole concept. That's why she's not Mrs. Jeremy Dixon, by the way.
That's it.
Yeah, and the fact that she performed something on me during the movie as well.
Really?
Yeah. Dirty
I
trap.
would have thought that was a keeper.
Really? Is that a keeper, Amy?
No. I would say no. But
no, men don't like women that do that sort of stuff.
Do they not? Right. Anyway,
imagine she didn't share her
thanks,
popcorn.
The Lake House. I'm with you.
You're with me a lot.
It makes no sense at all.
Thanks, Amy.
All right.
Bye. I'm ringing.
Who are you ringing?
I'm ringing. I'm ringing the Savoy Cinema Dublin. Just bear with me 1 second. Hang on. Hello? It's amazing the way every time I ring I get to straight away.
Straight away, yeah.
Hang on, I'm on the mobile. Yes, Jeremy Dixon here, yeah.
Who?
Yeah, you know me, I have the private box in your cinema there. Yeah, I know, it's been a while. Yeah. Quick question for you. Is there any chance from next week onwards you could supply little handbooks for all the women going to the cinema to explain to them the simplest of movies and what they all mean? Very good. Yep, it's done. It's going to be called The Blonde's Guide to Movies.
Very good.
Okay.
Now, Antonia.
Yeah?
How are you?
I'm good. I hope I didn't... I ran down to get the phone when you were having a bit of a problem understanding the Jaws movies yourself there.
Yeah, well,
did you get that solved?
No, what's the answer?
Okay, well, do you
Oh,
not
hold on,
remember?
we'll do it properly. Hang on.
You're not understanding the movie yourself there.
Hang on, Antonia. Hang on. Just a sec.
By the way, Antonia,
Yeah.
I loved you doing the voice of Puss in Boots. She was brilliant, wasn't she?
Okay, Antonia. What is the story and how come after he was blown up to smithereens, Jaws was back in Jaws 2?
Because you remember in Jaws 2, it was the mammy shark of the Jaws 1 that got blown up.
I don't think it ever said that in the movie, though, did it?
Yes, they did.
So it was his Al one.
It was his mammy, and she was doubly pissed off because they'd killed her son.
You see, as you would be.
Double revenge.
As you would be.
No, that really is the plot lines. Yeah.
But who came up with a plotline that let's say that the mammy shark got revenge on the baby shark?
Well, come on, if you have people writing stories about toys that talk, you can have...
But Mammy was killed in the end as well, wasn't she?
Oh, yeah, completely, yeah.
How did she die? Was that the one with the electric shock?
She was electrocuted, yeah.
No, that was Jaws. That was the first one.
Oh, the second one was where the shark bit the...
Oh, one of them, the oxygen tank blew up.
Yeah.
No, that was the first one, Antonia.
Oh, well, then the second
Yet again, I have to explain simple movies to women. What
But which one was it killed with the electric wire?
Cable, yeah.
The electric cable was Jaws 2.
Yeah. There.
Yeah, Jaws 2. The Shark's Revenge.
The L one's revenge.
The L one's revenge.
A woman, an angry woman.
Well, I have to say, Antonia, I'd like to think, and I'm sure you're the same, I'd like to think that if someone knocked me off, my mother would go and get them.
Yeah.
And put it this way, Antonia, yeah?
I've seen your mother and she resembles Jaws quite a lot.
Antonia,
well,
you get a better chance of surviving against Jaws than you would against my mother.
That's my point.
And the second thing, is it Adrian who...
I'm Adrian, yes.
Who has a problem with women who... Maybe, what was it you called the girls going on that dating program?
Oh, he called them...
I never said anything of the sort, but...
Mickey sucking sluts, he called them, yes.
I didn't say that.
It doesn't matter. Hang on, Antonio. It doesn't matter what you say or what you don't say. It's what the public perceive you to say,
Any
Adrian.
woman who performs an oral procedure upon a man, does that make her a slut?
In a cinema it does, doesn't it?
Oh, but these are women that were on a show, no? No, I'm just kind of messing.
No, what we're
Sorry,
saying...
who performs oral procedures anyway?
Nice
Sounds like an operation.
You told me I couldn't say these words on...
say
Here,
what you like.
Antonio, have you ever listened to this show before?
No.
Well, okay, blowjob is the least of your worries on the show.
Very funny show.
Honestly, saying blowjob is the least of your worries.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't be doing it in the cinema now because I really love movies and I'd want to be watching the movie.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, but if there was a real...
But if it was a boring movie...
If it was a boring movie, I'd probably not go in the first place.
Oh, right, okay.
So have you ever performed sexual acts in the cinema?
No.
And what do you think of women who do?
That's their own business. I have no opinion. It's not, they're not hurting anyone. If that's what they want to do, fair play to them. Just personally not my thing, but...
But it's not nice. If I go to the cinema, Antonia, yeah? I don't want to be sitting beside a couple performing...
no, exactly. Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
Fellatio in the cinema.
For everything, but not in the cinema.
Well, so you would agree then that women that do it are lacking in class?
Well, the man who's allowing her to do it is just as lacking.
Any man will allow it.
Well, then he's just as lacking in class. And if somebody is going to the cinema with a load of women that can't understand the movie plot, then that makes me question his choice in women.
So are you trying to say, Antonia, this is gold, Adrian, are you trying to say, Antonia, yeah? That if you want a woman to blow you in the cinema, bring her to a movie that she's not going to understand.
There you put it.
Bring her to the most complicated movie of all time.
Exactly. There you go.
And within 10 minutes, she's going to get so bored that she's going to go...
Ring the Savoy there and ask them to put on Inception again, will you?
Going down on a woman in the cinema.
You what?
I was listening to somebody complaining about 2 years ago that they were at the opera or something. Or
what?
In the Gaiety Theatre, a very posh do, and they were complaining that somebody was going down on somebody in the theatre.
And was this a man going down on a woman or a woman going down on a man?
I think it was the other way. I think that, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It was
How would a man do that? Have you ever been in a city? There's no way you get your head down there.
Yes, you would. The same way as a woman gets her head down there.
It's a bit more...
It's a bit more...
complicated.
Yeah.
There's more of a manoeuvre to make.
Yeah, but her little bits are more around the front as well. I mean,
Jesus! Stop! Jesus.
The bit you want to hit is right there in front.
So you've never given a bit. You're
not very good at the procedure yourself, though.
Hey, you shut up.
Stop calling it a procedure as well.
Yeah.
Well, whatever you want to call it on the radio.
Right.
So.
Thanks.
That brings a whole new meaning to having a couple's combo in the cinema, doesn't it?
Thanks, Antonia.
Oh, take care now.
Bye.
Honestly, are you a man that's ever performed fellatio on a woman in a cinema?
Is it not a different word?
I can't say that word on the radio.
What, cuntilingus? Isn't that what it's called? Is it not?
You know, Adrian, sometimes I think...
Is that not the word?
Yeah, that's the word, Adrian. Sometimes I think, you know, you've actually matured a bit and then you come out with something like that.
But is that not what it's called?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
I thought that was the medical term.
Yeah, that's the medical term, yeah. Dr. Kennedy. It's fellatio.
That's on a man.
No, it's not. That's on a woman.
And what's it called on a man?
You know what? It's no surprise you're divorced. There really isn't. You haven't got a breeze. It's fellatio. When a man goes down under, you know, scuba.
Yeah, it's called
fellatio.
And what's it when a woman does it?
Seldom. See what I did there?
Yeah, I got you.
It's fellatio anyway. Yeah,
it's not.
It is fellatio.
It's not. It's cuntilingus.
It's fellatio, Adrian.
Michelle!
And sorry, ladies and gentlemen, you
Oh,
can't complain because these are medical words we're using.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can't complain.
Now, Michelle.
Hi, lads.
How are you, Michelle?
I'm good.
Now, what's up? What do you want to get off your chest?
I am suffering with the biggest case of writer's block. It's unbelievable.
Writer's block?
Will you explain to people, Michelle, what writer's block actually is?
Basically, it's when you have just completely shut down writing altogether. You just can't get your head in gear. There's ideas floating in your head, but you can't get them on the paper, and you've become very frustrated and depressed.
And you're a writer, isn't that correct?
Trying to be.
Why am I saying it's not correct? I don't know if she's a writer. I'm just guessing that you're a
I'm
writer.
trying to be, Jeremy.
You're trying to be, and you're looking at a blank canvas at the moment, and
Well, I have 22 pages done so far, but there's just so much more I want to add to the story, and I don't know what to do.
throw a bit of cunnilingus in it as well. According to Adrian, that always works.
It does.
And what's the story about?
It's basically like it basically just has werewolves and vampires in it, and the whole save the world kind of just the usual.
And that all happens in 22 pages?
Not yet. There's a bit of
By the way, in a fight, I'm telling you this now, Michelle, if you're writing a story about vampires and werewolves, okay?
Mhm.
In a fight, because believe me, I've thought about this. In a fight between werewolves and vampires,
Mhm.
werewolves would always win.
Why?
Because vampires can only come out at night, whereas a werewolf can come out at any time.
Why do werewolves howl to the moon? That's at night time. And come here, Michelle, if one beats the other, say the vampire kills the werewolf,
Mhm.
don't bring the werewolf's mother back into it because that's been done before.
Yeah, it was done with Jaws.
Waste of time.
No, I won't do that.
And you can only kill a vampire by putting a stake through its heart. You see, you didn't know that, Michelle. You have to do the research before you...
No, but see, I've read a lot of books that have different versions of vampires, and they were all completely different, and some can't be killed, and some can only be killed in certain ways.
Oh, really? I thought it now stake through the heart.
No. Now, in Skullduggery Pleasant by Derek Landy, his vampire...
Oh, Derek Landy's books are brilliant.
Oh, they're amazing.
See, Adrian reads OK Magazine.
I do. I love it. I love it.
Jeremy, be honest with me. Do you even know who Derek Landy is?
No, but I'm pretending I do. Shit, I hate being smoked out.
Yeah, you were smoked out that time.
But he describes his vampires as being these animalistic beasts that come out every night.
That sounds like Adrian Kennedy.
Change. But they can only be killed
Somebody
with
says,
saltwater.
Michelle, somebody says...
Sorry, we don't read texts with no names on them.
Well, I'm going to, because I don't know what this is. Somebody says, tell her to do a mind map. What the hell is a mind map?
I tried mind maps, I've tried brainstorms, I've tried everything else. I've even tried, just trying to run through, just write a scene at a time. No timeline, just write different scenes, and nothing's happened for me. I'm staring at the same paragraph I wrote 3 weeks ago, and it's doing my head in. And yet you have the likes of Darren Shan spitting out 3-4 books a year.
Yeah, but some people are just good authors.
I know, it's very depressing. It really is.
Oh, sorry, Michelle, I made a fool of myself because werewolves can only come out at night as well.
Yeah.
But
why do you think they howl at the moon?
Werewolves only change once a month. They can't change on cue.
Yeah, what does that remind me of? Something that turns into a beast once a month and only once a month. And you wouldn't go near it during that.
Remember, you are talking to a woman, and you.
I know, but I'm trying to remember. What does that resemble?
Your mother.
Something that for most of the month is completely normal and you can sort of relate to and you can sort of reason with it. And then once a month, at a certain time, it just becomes
Nothing happens.
It just
A
becomes
werewolf.
this. It just becomes this. Roar! Adrian, have you any idea what I'm saying?
No.
Any idea?
No, I mean, I've a vague idea,
Jeremy,
but
don't forget that you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for your mother.
Oh no, I got the job here in FM104 myself. She did bring me to work on the first day. Anyway, what you need to do is, because you often see this in movies, when writers get a writer's block, basically, go off for a weekend somewhere.
I can't.
Why?
Because I have a little baba.
Bring the baba with you.
But then there's no point. Because I won't be thinking, I won't be opening myself. I'll be focusing on the baba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adrian, what should she do?
No idea.
I wasn't expecting you to solve my problems with a rainbow at the end of it. I was just kind of, get it off my chest. I think.
And that's what we do here. That's what we do.
Exactly.
Thanks, Michelle.
Bye-bye.
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 Do you remember that movie? What was the movie? Where your man had writer's block. Remember that very famous movie? And he ended up in this nutcase's house. Remember?
He had writer's block and he was...
Yeah, and he ended up in this psycho's place. And she was a stalker. And she ended up breaking his legs with a hammer. Remember? She went, "Ah!"
Miss Piggy?
It would have been a better movie had Miss Piggy been in the movie. He was a writer and he had writer's block.
Right.
And he ended up in this psycho's house. And she tied him to the bed.
She tied him to the bed?
And he tried to escape, so she got his legs and she went, "Hiya!" and smashed his legs.
No.
Do you not remember the movie? She was a psycho stalker.
No. John!
Yeah.
What's up, John? What do you want to get off your chest?
We were out on a day in Bray yesterday.
Okay.
And we were walking by, and we said, we'll pop in somewhere to get something to eat.
As you do, yep.
Yeah, and a very well-known all around the world restaurant.
Okay.
We went in.
Right.
And bang, the whole place was nearly upside down.
What do you mean?
Manky dirty.
Oh.
Tables, floors, everything. We were sitting down, we had to clean out our own table.
Oh, that's not good.
And
I take it this is a fast food restaurant, is it?
yeah.
Hang on there for 1 sec, John. Sorry for being rude and cutting across. Just go to Rose before.
Oh, yeah. Stay there for a sec, John. Rose.
Yes.
How are you, Rose?
Grand, thank you.
Now, Rose, we were talking a moment ago about a movie. What's it to do with that?
It's to do with this fella, Rose, he has writer's block and she breaks his legs or something so he can't walk.
I think it's Sleeping with the Enemy.
Sleeping with the Enemy?
I think it's that anyway. I did see it now. Very good.
Sleeping with the Enemy?
Yeah.
No. Sleeping with the Enemy was about your man who was the psycho.
All right.
And remember, she lived with this psycho and you weren't allowed to put the tins on the same shelf.
No.
All right.
But kind of like living with me.
I'd say so.
Oh, it is. If she ever puts the beans on the same shelf as the peas.
Oh, there's pandemonium.
But don't beat her up. I'm not a woman beater, Adrian, but let's just say...
There's hell to pay.
There's hell to pay.
Yeah.
So is it Sleeping with the Enemy?
I thought it was.
Well, maybe it is. Thanks, Rose.
Thanks, Rose. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Anyway,
back to John.
Back to John. Your complaint, John, is that this particular fast food restaurant was manky dirty.
Oh, I wouldn't even go into it again.
Really?
And I had to talk to the manager. I said to the manager, look, listen, one of your staff out on the counter isn't on our planet. He's on a different planet as well as the place in bits.
That's disgraceful.
I know.
Well, what I would do, John, if I were you,
yeah,
is I would write to the head office of that particular place and let them know the state of the place. Did you take any photographs?
No.
Who takes a photograph?
I heard it was always like that.
No, but here's a question for you, John. And
the reason I'm saying write to the head office, you might get a free voucher or something.
Here's a question for you, John. In fast food restaurants, yeah?
Yeah.
This is a little pet hate of mine. When you're in a fast food restaurant, yeah?
Yeah.
And you eat your food off the tray.
Yeah.
Well, scum do that. I hate people that eat
Oh,
the
no,
food
I
off the
don't
tray.
eat it.
No, you
Right.
don't. Scum eat their food off the tray. You take the food off the tray and you put the tray aside.
Of course you do.
Oh,
When you're finished your fast food meal, okay?
Yeah.
Do you put the empty cartons in the bin or do you leave them on the table?
I put them in the bin.
Give that man a round of applause.
Yeah, good man. Well done, well done.
It wrecks my head when people.
Oh.
It wasn't
No.
a joke, Adrian. But
Oh, yeah.
Adrian,
Yes, come on, John.
that's why people are getting paid. If people are leaving them there.
I know, but it's still decent manners, yeah?
Oh, I know, but the problem is it gets even better again.
Oh, could this story actually get better?
I'll tell you as I go along. I said to the manager, your place is in bits. I asked, can I go toilet? And your man behind the counter says, it'll be open in 10 minutes.
Oh.
What, the toilet will be open in 10 minutes?
It'll be open in 10 minutes. And I was going, jeez, what a place. And he opened it in 10 minutes. And I went up and it was in bits. I thought he was cleaning it. And I said to the manager, he's at the telling us the toilet was out of order. And did you not even have a look of it?
So basically, your visit to this place was pure misery. Absolute misery.
Yeah.
Just
and my
misery.
From start to finish.
My wife asks for a certain thing on the menu, right?
Yeah.
And he said they don't have it, but they do have it.
What, they were just deliberately not giving it to you?
I don't know. They wanted us to spend more money.
So your wife, there was misery all round, was there?
Yeah.
Misery,
Well, what
misery.
I would do, John, is I would write to the head office of that particular fast food chain and let them know about your misery of an experience.
Because that sounds like misery.
It
doesn't
does, yeah.
Adrian?
No,
Misery.
definitely do that, John, because otherwise they won't get their act together. That's as simple as that.
Yeah. Here's another question if anybody can answer. Very, very annoyed the other day.
Yeah.
I dropped a friend of mine. I was minding a friend of mine's kids for the day.
Right.
He has about 15 kids.
Really?
Never heard of Johnny's. Never heard.
You were minding all 15 kids.
I was minding all of my mates' 15 kids, and I sent them off to the cinema. To a very
Why, just get rid of them?
Yeah, I just got rid. I didn't want to mind them. Hate minding kids. It's more hassle than it's worth, isn't it?
Go on, anyway.
Anyway, I sent them all off to the cinema. Now, this is a serious story, and I want your advice on this, ladies and gentlemen. I sent them off to a very well-known cinema. Can I mention the cinema? Because it's a true story.
Continue.
I've proof.
Have you?
You haven't know what I do.
Yeah, go on.
Anyway, I sent them to a very well-known cinema. Before they went to the cinema, they all went into the shop next door and they bought popcorn and drinks.
As you do, yeah.
To bring into the cinema. The cinema would not allow them bring food and drinks purchased somewhere else into the cinema.
I wouldn't if I ran the cinema as well.
Can anybody tell me if that's legal or illegal?
Of course it's legal. They can do what they like. It's their own premises.
But there was misery. Misery. It's a true story.
All 15 kids were miserable.
All 15 kids, misery everywhere. No, you're laughing at me. It's a true story. The kids were all upset because they all bought their popcorn and their drinks and their paraphernalia. Yeah?
Yeah.
And they weren't allowed consume them in the cinema. Can anybody tell me if you work in a cinema or if you know, surely a cinema cannot stop you from bringing in your own food. Supposing I make brownies.
Yeah.
I do. I make lovely brownies.
Do you? Bring them into work tomorrow.
Oh no, you couldn't have them before the show.
Oh really?
Put it this way: if you were to eat my brownies before coming on the air,
yeah,
it'd be the best show ever. You'd win awards.
Go on anyway.
Anyway,
no. Here's the thing about this. Yeah.
You don't know the answer, so shut your cake.
I do know. I do. If I ran a bar, for example, and you come in and you lobbed out a can of Budweiser on the table,
that's different.
I'd throw you out straight away. Out you go.
That's different.
It's not. They sell food and they sell drinks.
Okay, so can I bring my brownies to the cinema next week? If anybody has the answer to that, can you? I know a lot of you listening work in cinemas and stuff like that. Can you answer the question? Are you allowed to bring your own? Can I make my own popcorn at home and bring it to the cinema? They literally confiscated all the food off all the kids. Anyway, if anybody has the answer, 6797 F104 is our telephone number. Thank you. Honestly,
I wouldn't let you in.
Well, there was misery. That's all I'm saying. Misery.
Dave!
How's it going?
How are you, Dave?
Dave, do you bring your own food to the cinema?
I haven't been to the cinema for a long time, but the film you were thinking of, you mentioned...
Hello? Dave? Oh, what's after happened here? Dave!
Yeah, because shouting at him is going to get the call back.
Hello, Dave? Jeez, that's a bloody misery.
Oh,
Are you there, Dave? Dave!
What's going on here?
Yeah, can you hear me?
What are you doing?
Nothing. Can you hear me now?
You want to get a new phone, Dave?
Hello?
He needs a phone like this, look. Top of the range phone.
Oh my good God, that has the original Snake game on it.
It does.
Would you ask Dave what he wants to ring about?
Dave!
This is misery. This is
This
pure.
is misery,
pure-
I agree.
What was he ringing in about anyway?
He was
I don't even know what he was ringing about. Can you ring that? Can you ring that person and find out about it? We're trying to find out. We're trying to find out if it's acceptable and appropriate to bring your own food to the cinema. Does anybody know the bloody answer to it? Please, 6797104 is our telephone number. Because as I said, it was misery. Have I used that word?
Yeah,
Sorry.
quite obsessively, actually.
Yeah. Because there was pure misery yesterday with 15 kids.
Please leave a message after the beep.
I'll leave this to you.
Oh no, because that's the call we didn't want anyway. That was never going to light up my life. No. No, Jenny, they didn't confiscate the food. They basically told the kids that they either eat the food before they go into the cinema or they couldn't bring the food into the cinema at all. That's what they were told. Now that's bang out of order.
I don't think so. I think the cinema's well within its rights to do that.
Why though? Okay, supposing one of the...
Okay, I'll go down to I'll go into town now and I'll walk into a pub. Yeah,
no, it's not the same.
And I'll lob out a few cans of Corona Light and see how long I sit at the bar.
Would you really drink Corona Light without a lime in the top of it? I can't drink Corona Light without lime in it.
Well, okay, I'll go to the counter, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll say, sorry, Mr. Barman, can I have a lime, please, just to stick in my Corona Light here?
Yeah.
And then...
Yeah.
And you think he'll leave me sitting there? No bother.
No, that's not the same thing.
It is the exact same thing.
You go to Anne. If anybody is the answer, let me know. Will you?
Anne, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
We're very frustrated tonight, Anne. There's an air of frustration and misery amongst us at the moment.
Well, the name of the film was Misery.
Really?
What a coincidence!
Now you're pulling my leg.
So I just thought I'd give you a quick ring and put you out.
You're saying, after all the misery we've had in the last 10 minutes, you're saying the name of the movie was Misery.
But nobody mentioned it.
Well, who knew?
Pull me other one, will you? Has bells on it.
Well, who knew? That's just an incredible coincidence.
Well, I can't believe I actually got through just to say it to you.
It's a misery that nobody else was ringing in about it.
And tell me this.
It was a brilliant film.
Yeah, this is the movie. I think her name is.
He broke his legs and everything.
Yeah, what was her name? She was basically a stalker.
Yeah, I forget her name. Would it be Sally something or?
Kathy Bates was her name.
Kathy Bates. That's right.
Can I let you in on a little secret here, Anne?
Yeah.
Remember your woman Kathy Bates in that movie Misery?
Yeah.
The psycho stalker, yeah.
Yeah.
I have one of them on Twitter at the moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Honestly, this is terrifying stuff, Anne. Okay. I don't know. Are you on Twitter yourself?
No, I don't do Twitter.
I know you have a social life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, there's this stalker I have on Twitter, yeah. And
Oh my God.
And I'm so afraid of this woman that I'm going to wake up some night and my legs are going to be tied to the bed and she's going to have a hammer. Here we go, Dicko! Hiya!
And why? In what way is this person stalking?
She's like your woman out of Misery.
Oh my goodness me.
Yeah.
Oh, you must be
Can you not just delete her?
You see, I'm afraid to delete her off Twitter, Anne, because you know when you don't upset a psycho. Sure you don't.
Well, I'm not too sure. I probably would try to.
Well, no, logic would tell you that if you know someone who's a psycho, you don't upset them.
Yeah.
So what? You're just going to put up with the misery?
Here, ask Anne about bringing the popcorn into the cinema.
Do you ever bring your own popcorn into the cinema?
No.
Why?
But I think people should be allowed because it's too expensive.
You see, I think this is where...
That's what we should be talking about on the show some night. The
popcorn.
The cost of popcorn in cinemas.
I think that's where the cinemas make their money.
Not my problem.
Don't go to the cinema then. Rent the DVD. Sit at home, make your own popcorn.
Here, Anne, do you like brownies?
No.
Oh.
No.
That's your chat-up line ruined
Okay,
there.
sorry, Anne. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Michelle.
Hi.
Hi, Michelle. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Now, you're a manager in the cinema, is that right?
I am indeed, yeah.
And what is Jeremy's deeply disturbed.
Now, first of all, do you want to mention the cinema you work in, or do you not?
Yeah, Balbriggan Cinema.
Okay, it wasn't Balbriggan Cinema. What's it called, that cinema in Balbriggan?
Quayside Cinema.
Oh, the Quayside, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you work in the Quayside. And what's your policy with regard to people bringing their own popcorn and Cokes and
And brownies.
And brownies and stuff like that.
Nobody really brings brownies, but we don't really stop them from bringing it in, but we don't like them to bring it in.
And why is that? Because you make a few bob off selling it yourself.
Yeah, basically how it works is distributors would charge percentage on every ticket sale that you make. So for every ticket sale, they take a high percentage of that ticket sale. So nearly all your money, the highest part of the money that is taken in a cinema is on your food sales.
So, honey, say for
Sales are important.
So, say for instance, if I go to the movies tomorrow and I spend €10 on a ticket for the movie, yeah,
Yeah.
and it's the new Clint Eastwood movie, yeah.
Say the Avengers.
Okay, the Avengers. How much?
60% within the first 2 weeks. So every sale, 60% of every ticket
Goes to Universal or Warner Brothers or whatever the case may be.
Yeah. So ticket sales, cinemas don't make money on ticket sales. They make it on their concession stands.
Now, there is a fair old markup on popcorn.
There is.
I mean, seriously.
You're only relying on popcorn sales and drink sales because that's where you make your money. You're going to have a good markup.
Okay, so you don't stop people going in with their own stuff, but you don't like it either.
No.
Okay, well, was this cinema right to do this to the kids the other day and literally tell them that they had to consume the food in the lobby?
It's a hard one because I walk here, I go, they kind of were right, and then I kind of go, no, they're not because they're only kids. Like, they don't understand and they don't get much pocket money
And that's what it was. It's like you can buy a packet of Manhattan popcorn in the shop for what, like 70p or something.
I mean, you do feel sorry for the kids. They do come in and they do buy sweets and they do buy popcorn and they have their pocket money and then they come out about 10 times, like with €2 going, can I buy something for this? Can I buy something for this? And you kind of do feel sorry for them because they're only kids.
Now, Adrian unfairly compared it to someone bringing a bottle of Corona into a pub and
I think it's the exact same thing.
I think
it is the same thing.
It is.
Because you're relying on that. They're relying on their drink sales to keep their business open, where we're relying on our food sales to keep our cinema open. If the distributors' rates weren't so high, then
you might have a hope.
More of an option to reduce the price of their food. But
while they are so high. In other words, what you're basically saying is you make shag all money out of the movies themselves. You rely on selling popcorn and Coke and stuff like that to make a few bob.
Well, people aren't aware of it, which you're not going to be made aware of it when you go into a cinema, how much, we don't go for every ticket sale. Oh, by the way, out of that ticket sale, you kind of just come in and they just buy what they want to buy, but you don't push anything on anything.
And can you bring your own 3D glasses in?
Unfortunately, we don't have 3D because we don't have digital projectors.
Oh, okay.
But yes, if you did, yeah, you could.
Because I bring my 3D glasses to every 3D. I have a pair of Harry Potter 3D glasses. They're the little circular ones like Harry Potter.
I'm sure you look smashing.
Yeah, I'm sure you look smashing.
I'm sure I do, but I bring them I bring them everywhere with me. And final question, Michelle.
Yeah.
I just have an image of you with your stupid roundy glasses in the cinema.
I have my Harry Potter 3Ds. Here's a final question, Michelle. Have you ever had to kick out a couple for getting a bit in the
Too
cinema?
romantic.
Too romantic in the cinema?
No, but we have found bras and underwear and
Go away on the floor.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So after the movie...
We know who owns them, so we just laugh at them every time they come in after that.
Well, she has her name on the back of the bra.
Well, one night in particular, there was only the two of them in there, so it had to be them two.
Oh, what? And after the movie was over, you went to clean the place and there was a bra and knickers.
The class of it.
The class of
Thanks, Michelle.
Room, isn't it?
Thanks, Michelle.
Thanks.
Bye.
How many babies would you say, Aidan, were...
Adrian is my name, but go on.
Whatever. How many babies, Aidan, would you say were...
Adrian? Were conceived in the cinema.
I'd
say quite a few.
Like
very romantic way to find out you were conceived.
Off the top of your,
I've no idea.
And it's something we'll discuss some other night. But off the top of your head, what percentage of babies do you think were conceived in the cinema?
2.3%.
What?
2.3%.
Really?
Yep.
Because I have a friend. I'll finish up with this one. I have a friend, and he's always queried his name that his parents gave him.
Right.
And I always said, no, there's nothing to worry about. That's a fairly normal name. But growing up in school, he was the only fella that had that name.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Savoy number 2.
That's his name.
That's his name. Savoy number 2. Savoy, Kelly, if you're listening, I'm sure your parents didn't conceive you in the cinema.
Thanks, Dicko.